Thank you so much. My name is Jean-Paul Kasika. I'm from Relon, Kenya. I'm the coordinator for Refugee-Led Organization Network of Kenya. We are very glad, first and foremost, for being invited by Youth Voice community. It's one of the RLO that they do quite of a good job, and thank you so much. Even when I see YARID, I always think of the African Refugee-Led Network, because they are also part of the network, and also their director is one of our chairmen. So I think mine are just very few. Many have been said by partners, including Shushu mentioned some of the recommendations that you are to talk about. But our main role is just to bring together all the refugee-led organizations in terms, or in order to advocate for the inclusion and meaningful participation for refugee-led organizations and also communities in terms of policy dialogues, because we've realized many times refugees are left behind. So they are not included in all these discussions that have been going on towards their day-to-day lives, because at the end of the day, all these policies, they affect us. But we are very happy, as Jamin said, finally we have the document in place, which has been awaited for so long, and we are hoping maybe there'll be a good political will to implement it. Because we might say, yes, the document is good, but at the end of the day, it takes also the goodwill of people in power to implement that particular document, which I think we are also leading in advocating, so that refugees can be included in all this discussion on matters that touches or affect their day-to-day lives. And finally, we've been also recognized as a network at the African level by the African Union, because we represented the African continent during the 9th African Union Symposium meeting that took place in Nairobi from 23rd to 25th, which brought together around 40 ambassadors representing different states in Africa. And next year, I think we'll be part of the delegation that will go to Addis Ababa to represent the refugee issues, and we'll still come back to the community and ask for the pressing issues that you would want to be anchored by the head of states, because there'll be a summit by head of states next year, May, if I'm not wrong. So it will be communicated, and we'll be happy to also involve all the member organizations so that we can have this kind of conversation. And also thank you to Xavier Project for standing with the RLOs, because it's something that we've really fought for and cried, that to see some of the organization taking lead. Because all what we are saying, refugee-led organizations are not only mobilizers, but are rather to consider them as equal partners. Because they are even capable, or they understand their people better than anyone else. Because you cannot understand, I cannot understand you better than you do. Is that right? So therefore, we are calling upon partners, be our champion, including Refugee Point. I know you do a lot. You've been standing with us for quite some time, and also some of the refugee-led organization would attest that. And I know we are calling also upon other agencies to do the same. Stand with the refugee-led organization as equal partners. They are this kind of small project that they can implement. Not all RLOs that should be underrated, that do not have capacity. We know there's RLOs that can outstand, and they're implementing even bigger projects than what you expect. If we tell you today of YARID in Uganda, I think even some of the international organizations, they are competing with them because they implement more than 5 projects that are, we know, bigger than what people thought refugees could do. And it's a team of refugees who are implementing those projects. So therefore, I would like to call upon maybe other stakeholders to follow suit the way we've seen Refugee Point doing, including the refugees into their programming. They have a subcommittee that we are thinking maybe in the near future also to challenge some of the organizations to also do the same so that we are able to evaluate together. It is for your own benefit. It's not like refugees, we are investigating you. For your own benefit, the way you capacity build us, not just to be dormant, at least to put it in work. And how will you know if you don't test us? Give us the funds and see what we are able to do with the knowledge you've given to us. Thank you so much. And this is something that we were looking at. And when I was being questioned by Jean-Marie and the team, I thought maybe it's a dream, but a dream has come through. So therefore, the future is with us. As we go towards the localization, let us not give up. And the last thing to our brothers and sisters, refugees ourselves, let us get united. We should not be people who are used to divide our communities. That one we will not accept. Because we have seen most of the RLOs, they are going down simply because of some misunderstanding that you can sort out amongst yourselves. No house that does not have problems. Let us speak to one another. The future is brighter than what we have today. So thank you so much, and big up. The future is with Wakimbizi. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Joy. My name is Steve Topua, and I work for DeFiHead now as a data analyst and a trainer. So it's a real privilege to be part of this program today. Our organization does slightly work that is a bit different from what most of the other projects focus on, because our project aims at hate speech mitigation and the issue of online misinformation in South Sudan. The initial country is South Sudan, where the project started, but we are based in several other countries in East Africa, also West and Central Africa. We have programs in Gambia, we have programs in Cameroon, Ethiopia, Kenya, South Sudan, Sudan, and Uganda. So it's an organization that aims at focusing on mitigating the issue of online hate speech, because you find that refugees are only there because there are conflicts in their own individual countries. So our aim is to mitigate the issue of conflict and things that actually cause those flare-ups that spiral into conflicts. So we focus on the issue of social media work most of the time. Most of our projects are focused on social media work. But our office in Kenya is in Ngong Road. That's why you see that I'm working with them most of the time. They are technically my colleagues because we work with them in the same office. We have been there now for 2 years, most of us. So that's why you see that I even take the attendance and I distribute the t-shirts, because we are working as colleagues. And it's a good project, and I really congratulate them for the good work that they are doing. And as DeFiHead now, we come in 2 places. We have a space in Ngong Road that is available for free. We have free Wi-Fi, we have snacks, we have internet that you can be able to come and use as in case you have a project that you want to work with. We also have, of course, other packages that are not for free, but most of the things that you'll need to make your project work are for free. So the space is open from Monday to Friday, and you're always welcome. Even in case you have community organizations that need a place to work, they can always come there. We also offer, in case they have any advice that they will need from us, any help that they will need from us, These guys are a testament that we are always there for them, and we avail ourselves for them. And we also train journalists and other media practitioners on data. That's why I was very excited when I see that the work done there. Data for Change are some of our partners, because one of the tools that we use mainly for our visualizations is done by Data for Change, the Flourish visualization tool. So we train journalists. In fact, yesterday is when we concluded a training in South Sudan for journalists on data storytelling. So in case in your organizations you have those gaps, I know it's still a new area in many of our organizations. We offer those services. You can come to our office and we can have a discussion about the same. We train people on data storytelling, on data visualization, data collection, data analysis. So we have all those packages that we can be able to offer, and the services that are available for organizations. And we support organizations like this. We support the initiatives, and I would like to congratulate my friends from Youth Voices and the rest of the team. Good job you are doing. We really congratulate you, and we are very proud of you. And we are always here to partner with you. The services that are offered there, you are always welcome. Not only you, but the rest of the teams. So that is us as DefiHate now. Our main focus is social media work. So issue of hate speech mitigation, the issue of online harassment, the issue of fact-checking, the issue of investigative journalism. Those are the things that we focus on, and we also provide trainings for organizations. In case you have a team that needs to be trained on that, we are always available to provide the services. So thank you very much. I would like to congratulate our friends, Youth Voices, and the rest of the team for the good work that they are doing. We are partners. We are always here in case you need anything from us, and we absolutely support the work that you are doing. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Victor is my name. I am a team leader at Oak Solutions. It's a refugee-led organization in Kitengela. This is such a great work. I mean, our vision for the future is possible. I will not talk much because Jean didn't tell me this will happen. He just told me to come. So what I will say, I like the research paper. I mean, it's so evidence-based. I mean, they have data. It's so detailed, and that's what we need. And then the issue of advocacy, we need to speak out more. There's an issue of social inclusion. The timing is perfect. I mean, the Refugee Bill 2019 is now an act. So it's such a good time to start this conversation before the structural process goes into play. So this is such a key thing now, and I'm happy that we have international NGOs like Refuge Point here. I mean, so this is something that can really youth voices, when you want to do influence, the issue of numbers is very key. So the more people that are on board, I see Xavier is here. We have, I never knew about, it's called IC? IGAP is here. When all these people come together and they speak one thing, the impact is unimaginable. So from Oak, we say, yes, these things are possible. And maybe just to note, most of these government agencies have no clue about refugees. We were doing something to do with the COVID vaccine someone has shared. We went to Kajiado County, and someone was asking, a very senior officer was asking us, do we have a camp in Kitengela for refugees? And urban refugees are so many in Kitengela. When we were sent to the MOH hospital, the superintendent has no idea that we have refugees in Kitengela. So these people need to be told. I mean, these people are there. So if you are vaccinating Kenyans, why not vaccinate refugees? So it's just an awareness thing. The doctor was so surprised, even in the system, right now they have included the alien, but now the documents have expired. We have issues with now, how do you vaccinate people who don't have documentation? But the issue, if you don't vaccinate them, then the campaign is not working, because I think around 3,000, 4,000 live in Kitengela. So you are busy campaigning for the residents, but the same residents are mixed with refugees. So I think the issue of advocacy is something that should be ongoing, should go on. Government agencies have no clue. Social inclusion is in the Refugee Act now. Schools, I mean, someone was talking about CDF, they pay bursaries. I think that's an area maybe you can help. But now for refugees, it's a no-go zone. Hospitals, doctors, I mean. So these are things that I like the concept. I love the research paper. My prayer is that this should not stop here. This should go on, push it in. I mean, the police should know now we have a Refugee Act. The hospitals should know, headmasters should know, because some of them, genuinely, they're even scared of refugees, but they don't know that even the law now favors all these things. So for me, that is my take, and I'm looking forward for more partnerships with, of course, Youth Voices and any other, because for us to have impact, numbers are very important. So the more we are together, the better for us. But this is great. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I will invite the next body, but before that, I would like you to prepare your questions. I think 2 questions that were asked earlier. So I would like you to prepare your questions, and then as we invite the last shareholder from Tawakal.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for inviting me. It's glad, and the work that you are doing here, it's very nice. I came from Tawakal Youth CBO. Actually, I deal with girls, Somali, Ethiopian, and Eritrean girls, the young girls and women, because I believe that they are the most vulnerable in the community. And my question has been answered, the IDs. I think it will be very important, like having driving license. My late brother left me a car, but I didn't have a driving license because I'm a refugee. So I have to sell it because hakuna mahali nita drive, you see. So I want the IDs to be more important, and the education, like I deal with many Somali youth there. They are in high school leavers, but they can't go to universities. Some they don't have documentation, some they can't afford, because most of the, like, let's say the other NGOs, the education that they empower education, right? But you can't take the course that you want. Most of them, they will give you the courses, and then maybe you can go, you continue with it. But most of the refugees out there, the Somalis, Ethiopians, they have their own, like, to say, they want to enroll other education, but they can't. They don't have the money, they have nothing. So I hope with working with you guys, everything will be possible.